solving multi-step equations, solve each equation. The first thing you want to do whenever there are parentheses in any equation is to get rid of the parentheses, and you have to do that by distributing. And when you get rid of parentheses, it doesn't matter if it's exponents or integers. When you're getting rid of parentheses, you are always doing it by multiplying. So it works like this. This 2 that's stuck in front of the parentheses for number 1 has to be shared with everything inside. So 2 times 3 is 6, and then you have a b, and then you have to distribute it to the -1. 2 times -1 is -2 equals 40. Everything else in the equation gets written down like it is. Now you want to find your variable, your letter, and you want to take your finger and cover it up and everything stuck to it. Don't scratch it out on your paper. Just use your finger. I just can't use your finger on the board. Okay, that tells you what you need to deal with next. I have to get rid of a -2. Now we always get rid of things by doing opposites. So the opposite of -2 is +2. So I'm going to add 2 to each side. If you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other. The 6b, you haven't dealt with that yet. You just bring it down. Opposites cancel because 2 take away 2 is 0. Bring down the equal sign. 40 plus 2 is 42. Now anytime you have a letter and a number, well, anytime you have two things stuck together, it's being multiplied. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So this is 6 times b. I'm going to divide by everything that is stuck to my letter. Don't change the sign, just divide by everything. Now there's a rule in math that with fractions, top can cancel with bottom if it's the exact same thing. So the 6 on the top cancels with the 6 on the bottom. b equals 42 divided by 6 is 7, and that one is finished. Number 2, bring down the 49 because you have to deal with the parentheses first. Bring down the equal, then distribute. -7 times t is -7t, and -7 times 1 is -7. Take your finger and cover up the t and everything stuck to it so that you can see what you have to deal with. I have to get rid of a -7. The opposite of -7 is +7, so I'm going to add 7 to each side. 49 plus 7 is 56. Bring down the equal. Bring down the -7t. Opposites cancel. Now this is -7 times t. The opposite of times is divide. So divide both sides by -7. Now we have a negative on the bottom, but we do not have a negative on the top. It takes 2 negatives to cancel it out. We only have 1. So that means my answer stays negative. 56 divided by 7 is 8 equals top cancels with bottom, t. So -8 is the answer. The next one, 5 times 1 is 5. Now if there's nothing in front of a variable, it's assumed to be a 1. So this is like 5 times -1, which is -5. And I have the n there, equals 75. Okay, take your finger and cover up your letter and everything stuck to it so you can see what you need to get rid of. Okay, we need to get rid of this 5. It is not got a sign in front of it, so it is a +5. The opposite of +5 is -5. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, or put a -5 on both sides. It's the same thing. Opposites cancel. -5n equals 75 take away 5 is 70. This is -5 times n. The opposite of times is divide. Divide by everything that's stuck to the letter. Do not change the sign. So divide by -5. N equals, I do not have 2 negatives. I don't have one on the top and the bottom, so it's going to stay negative. 5 goes into 7 one time with 2 left over, and 5 goes into 20 4 times. N equals -14. Okay, this has 2 sets of parentheses. You just work from left to right and knock them out one at a time. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Bring down the equal. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Okay, to get your x's together, I usually move the smallest one. So I have a choice to move a 4 or a 3. 3 is smaller. So you have to move it with opposites. So the opposite of positive 3x is negative 3x. Make sure you keep the letter with it. You put it in the x columns. So 4 take away 3, that's just 1x. So if it's 1x, they won't write the 1 out front, they'll just put x. Bring down the negative 8. Bring down the equal. 3 take away 3 is 0, so opposites cancel. Bring down the negative 9. Take your finger and cover up your variable to see what you need to deal with. We need to get rid of a negative 8. The opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. So I'm going to add an 8 to each side. Bring down the x. Opposites cancel. Bring down the equal. Negative 9 plus 8. That's like 8 take away 9, which is a negative 1. Next one. Negative 5 times p is negative 5p. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Bring down your equal. Do the next parentheses. 2 times 2p is 4p. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. Now we've got plus p, that's like plus 1p. I'm going to need that in a minute, so I'll write it down. Okay, here's the situation. Behind the equal sign, we have more than one set of p's. We can put them together. So in front of the equal sign, there's no like terms, nothing we can put together for right now. So I just copy it down, copy down the equal. Right here's what I'm talking about. 4p plus 1p. 4 plus 1, that's a total of 5. So 5p, bring down the negative 30. Now that you have everything in the front that can be put together and everything behind the equal sign that can be put together, now you've got to start moving things. We need our p's together. I have a choice between a negative 5 and a positive 5. Negative 5 is smaller, so I'm going to move it. The opposite of negative 5p is positive 5p. So I'm going to add 5p to both sides. Opposites cancel. Negative 10 equals 5p plus 5p is 10p. Equals, I'm sorry, not equals, minus. Bring down the negative 30. Take your finger and cover up your 10p. Okay, so we need to get rid of a negative 30. The opposite of negative 30 is positive 30, so I'm going to add 30 to both sides. Negative 10 plus 30, that's like 30 take away 10, which is 20. Bring down your equal, bring down the 10p, opposites cancel. This is 10 times p. The opposite of times is divide, so I'm going to divide both sides by 10. 20 divided by 10 is 2. Top cancels with bottom. The answer is 2. Next one, bring down the 4z. Bring down the negative 6. Bring down the equals. Okay, start multiplying because you have parentheses. 6 times z is 6z. 6 times 2 is 12. And then you've got a plus 8. You don't have anything that can be put together in front of the equal sign, so just bring it down. Behind the equal sign, 12 plus 8, you can do that. Bring down your 6z. Sorry, I usually cross my z's, that's why I did that. So I don't think they're 2's. And 12 plus 8 is 20. Okay, my z's, I got to get them together. I have a choice. Let me go ahead and cross that z so I don't think it's a 2 there. Okay, I've got a choice between a 4 and a 6. This 4 is smaller, so I'm going to do the opposite of positive 4z, which is negative 4z. Okay, opposites cancel. Bring down the negative 6. Bring down the equal. 6z, take away 4z is 2z. Bring down the positive 20. Take your finger and cover up your z and everything stuck to it so you can see what we need to deal with. We need to get rid of a positive 20. The opposite of positive 20 is negative 20. So I'm going to put a negative 20 on each side. A negative 6 and a negative 20. When you're adding or subtracting, if the signs are the same, you find the sum, you have to add them. If the signs are different, you find the difference, you have to subtract them. We have both negative signs here, so they're the same. So we have to add these numbers. 6 and 20 is 26. Once you do that, you keep the sign of the largest one. The 20 is larger, it's negative, that gives you a negative 26. Equals, bring down your 2z, opposites cancel. Okay, this is 2 times z. The opposite of times is divide. Divide both sides by 2. There is a negative on the top of your fraction, but there's not a negative on the bottom to cancel it out, so it stays negative. 26 divided by 2 is 13, equals, top cancels with bottom, z, so you're finished.